Welcome to the Market Moonlord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, and I'm going to give you DD you literally cannot get anywhere else. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button and let me know what you guys think. Now, normally, I wouldn't be this excited when we just had a full moon. Uh, you know, uh, I don't know if I would call it a drop. Um, 'Cause it wasn't crazy. But we had a full moon dip, change of trend for sure, right? And I'm looking forward to tomorrow because of the video I dropped yesterday. I don't want to hype that up too much, but it's a big deal. Um, and this week is a big deal. So check out that video from yesterday if you didn't watch it, right? But tomorrow, to me, is a pretty significant day. Therefore, I'm looking for the reverse trend to start from the full moon dip, right? So we kind of see it in the chart. We're looking at GameStop, the indecisive candle. Same thing with AMC is more bearish than bullish, but and then Bitcoin, you can see that it had like a almost like it stalled out on that full moon and now is headed back up. To me, that's a good sign for us to get the reverse trend back up again. GameStop kind of giving me that similar feel where it kind of like stalled out. And then SPY, uh, I did expect a drop on SPY. I got some puts on this move, and I still have some puts open, but I did go ahead and buy some calls. But I do expect SPY to make a huge move tomorrow. I expect the market to make a big move tomorrow, based on the video I made yesterday. You guys check that out if you didn't watch it. Now, what's interesting, so if you guys saw the moonshot video that I put out last week on Tesla, I said I expect Tesla to be at 400 this week. And I brought a bunch of options on that play, and actually those options went up to 188. I sold like 80% of them at 140, and then I sold more as it got close to 100, and then I actually brought back in at 70. So I'm still playing those calls uh for a $400 moonshot this week. I do believe that may still very much happen. We look at the Tesla candle today, and Tesla actually was making. I mentioned this before. Tesla kind of has been moving differently from everything else with the moon phases, and so they kind of make the moves a few days before or a few days after. It's not always exact, and so to me, Tesla had a new moon pop, and then it started dipping way before the full moon, right? And I feel like now, since the full moon is reversing already, and then now it has that indecisive candle, and I'm expecting Tesla to drop some sort of news. Um, because I've been looking at Elon's chart, and I'm looking forward to next year because I'm really going to go ham on this part of the financial astrology. But I could clearly see on. Oh, I don't have Elon's chart up. I was looking at Trump's. One sec. Okay, so this is our Elon chart, and this is for tomorrow. And the thing I'm really excited for is the fact that the Mercury is opposite his Venus 0 degrees. Mercury represents information, news, especially in financial astrology. Venus represents more mergers, acquisitions, business deals, and that's a big deal for it to be hitting Elon's Venus like that. And I also seen other things happen around Venus, aspects on his Venus. There's other things in the play, but I'm just gonna give you some of the big stuff. And then he also has that Jupiter headed right on his Venus, which also Jupiter represents like expansion. Venus represents deals, relationships, other people, mergers, that sort of thing. And then Mercury's right across it at the same time, right? So this right here is a pretty interesting story that's being told. And then remember that 0 degree Pluto right here is going crazy on his chart, making a sextile to his Neptune, a trine to his Saturn, and a square to his midheaven. Okay, now the square is an uncomfortable angle, but since it's happening in the final degrees of Capricorn, it's like a lot of the things he's been working towards that's been hard. especially stuff towards his career. It's like it's that square, all that friction. We're about to see like the sling from it, you could say, right? And tomorrow, uh, Pluto will be 0 degrees Aquarius, so that is a banger, 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 banger. Okay, don't get me started. So I already talked a little bit about that, but I thought I was hoping. I was thinking maybe Trump and was going to do something with Elon, Tesla, but it looks like Trump is getting into crypto, which is cool. But when we look at Trump's chart as well, he has that Jupiter on top of his North Node, which is remember I said Jupiter represents expansion, and North Node represents like your destiny. So that I was very much like thinking Trump was going to win the election for sure, but there's still a lot of expansion happening in his chart, and it's in his 10th house of his career. So it looks extremely positive. And he also has the Mercury, which remember represents news. And I'm looking at Tuesday, right? He has that Mercury right on top of his moon. And so to me, there's a good chance with that energy, along with it opposite Uranus, that we get some type of news this week from Trump, which is also very interesting. Now, remember the Venus. His Venus, the transiting Venus is hitting his Mercury, 0 degrees, the same thing that Elon's having. But Elon's having Mercury hit his Venus, and Trump's having his Venus hit his Mercury, right? The same exact thing. So I'm expecting news with Trump as well. Or I'm expecting the news that came out to be real, as far as him getting into the crypto game and potentially having his own little crypto, I guess we're calling it a venue or whatever they're calling it. And then Tesla's looking at self-driving regulations being kind of taken away or whatever for him to be able to do that with the Trump team. And then GameStop has a new board of directors and a new merger. So there's a lot of things kind of popping up right on time, right, right around that 0 degree uh, Pluto. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm also playing a lot of puts on SPY. Again, I think there could be a huge move tomorrow or this week. I also think the whole war thing is very, very real because Pluto does represent war, and Aquarius does represent explosions and bombs. So I do think, that stuff is real. So I will be looking out for that. I will be playing puts to this downside on SPY for a little bit. And then I'm hedging with, Tesla calls and, GameStop calls, all that other good stuff. But you all let me know what you think. I'm Jason Alexander, Blue Moon and Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. You're watching Mark Moon Alert, where we move information with the stars. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I will be trying to drop more videos more often to see what's good. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace.